I'm Kronicz, and this is Ted DiBiase from the Most Xtreme Wrestling. I know, Teddy, there's no nameplate because we don't really have time to edit and everything. I know that sucks. And Crystal, well, she's actually in the living room playing Yoshi, so she couldn't be here. And plus, she doesn't watch Smackdown because I'm not really sure why. But this is the October 21st, 2011 edition of Smackdown, and it happens to be right there in Mexico the very first time. It is in Mexico. So, of course, we get Del Rio come out first, and he gets a super pop. And I don't even think that they tried to hide the fact that he was getting a big pop, and he's supposed to be a bad guy and everything. But they let it slide, and you know how SmackDown usually adds in boos or they adds in cheers. It didn't really seem like they did that. Talks about Cena and how he's going to face him at Vengeance. Of course, I mean, it happens to be this Sunday. But he says that he can't fight the Big Show. Because he's supposed to fight the Big Show tonight or something. Didn't really get that. I guess they set that up previously. But he's hurt because of a match he had early in the week or whatever. But Teddy Long says, "No, playa, you are cleared to wrestle." And I thought, this is like deja vu over 10,000 times. Because I swear I've heard this like a million times. It's a typical wrestling thing, so I'm not going to get all angry about it. So he says that it's his dream to wrestle in Mexico. Or actually, I think an announcer said that for him. So we're just going to have to believe that. But he's cleared to wrestle, so he's going to have to wrestle tonight. So we'll have to see who he's in the main event with. We get a nice little Daniel Bryan video package. And now we get Mark Henry coming down to the ring. Mark Henry is very angry. He's very upset. He's been crushing everyone in his path. He is the World Heavyweight Champion. And, oh boy, so going into Vengeance, we know he's going to have to bury someone. He's going to have to beat him down. And he's really going to have to hurt somebody. He's going to have to do it very fast. So who better than the very man who got beat in like a 6-man tag on Monday Night Raw? John Morrison. So John Morrison comes down, and he's not all smiles today, no. He's got this very serious look on his face. He's all business. His attitude is just... He's just like, man, this is for real. I got to fight Mark Henry, World Heavyweight Champion. So he comes down, and man, he just gets like beat up. But the match actually lasts 5 minutes, and he took some really great bumps. They started out kind of on the outside of the ring, came back inside of the ring, and oh my gosh, he threw him back over his head like on Raw. And they did the preview, the replay rather, of it from Monday Night Raw, where he tosses him up like a pizza, he lands on the shoulders, and he does the World's Strongest Slam. Well, in this match, he does something very similar, but it almost looks like he launched him straight head first. But it doesn't matter, because Mark Henry just grabs him and just powers him down, no matter how awkwardly he went up in the air. But John Morrison actually got the Starship Pain in this match, but it was to no effect, because Mark Henry got this World's Strongest Slam, and the match was over. Like I said, it lasted about 5 minutes, so that's not that bad. It was just kind of sad. I was like, oh man, he got beat again, you know. But alright, so we got Christian and Vicky backstage in, oh my gosh, in Teddy's office. And this promo was so ridiculous. It was so 80s wrestling promo. I mean, it was just, wow, it was bad. But Christian wants a World Heavyweight title match. Or I don't even know what he was complaining about. And then Christian, he's just whining and complaining, and Vicky is whining and complaining. So, of course, Teddy comes in since they're heels and is like, well, you want this guy? Well, no, you don't get that guy. You get Sheamus tonight. And he's all boo-hoo about that. And then, let's see, Christian, I don't know. It was just dumb. And then you got Mr. Woo-Woo-Woo in there, and Vicky screams. I couldn't even pay attention to that. It was just ridiculous. Sets up Zack versus Dolph at Vengeance. And I think that's where Vicky screams. That sounds about right. We get a Sin Cara video package about how everything's been going on with him, how he came in, he's all happy, and then the bad Sin Cara came in and kind of, you know, rained on his parade or whatever. Wow. Now we get Barrett. Barrett is in the ring. He's complaining and whining. He's super heel again. I think he has been heel the entire time, but no, he's even more of a heel. He's a heel that no one can like. Not even the guys with the little Nexus shirts on that everybody loves. See, Wade Barrett discredits being in the Nexus and said that everybody was riding off of his back and he was the great, awesome, most best guy in the world. And so Daniel Bryan comes down and they have a match. Oh boy, the match was pretty good. He's trying to get his finisher in the whole time, but Barrett ends up winning. So yeah, we get a Randy Orton video package, like he really needs a video package to get over. Oh my gosh. Got Sheamus and Zack Ryder versus Dolph and Christian. Randomness. Sheamus ends up winning, and they kept calling Zack Ryder the woo-woo-woo kid. Are you freaking serious? Oh my gosh. But anyways, Dolph, by the way, great bumper. He was like taking some bumps in this match, which just was incredible. Sheamus was knocking him around, and he was flipping around backwards. He took a backbreaker. I was just like, whoa, that guy looked like his back broke in half. It was crazy. Now we get Cody in the ring. He's doing a promo, talking about his bags and whatnot, and he's got that belt on him, and man, that looks awesome. I love that belt. I was kind of skeptical when I heard that they brought back the classic white title that Shawn Michaels used to carry around, but man, it looks nice. All they had to do to make the Intercontinental Championship seem more important is just bring back the old one, which is kind of sad because I always liked the Attitude Era version belt. But now that I see this one back in today's climate, I actually like it a little bit better. Just bring something new into it. Oh boy, Randy comes out, and Randy doesn't like what Cody's been saying because, you know, he got a bag put on his head by Cody. He bagged him and tagged him. He got his receipt, you know what I mean? But Randy comes down and just beats the crap out of him. So, okay. Cody, or CM Punk, he gets a promo. And it has the little paid by CM Punk. What is this, like 1996 and it's NWO? Whatever. That's not really his fault. I mean, that's like the editing department, you know what I mean? The coffee is getting cold, Teddy, so we must hurry. Sin Cara and Sin Cara, they have a match, or they have a... Not a match, not yet. They have their little promo. Okay. This was just weird because one of them can speak English, but the other one can, I guess. So they have subtitles, and it looks so No Mercy, Smackdown versus, or not Smackdown versus Raw, but Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain, you know, before they started having the vocals and everything on it, and they just had subtitles and they pointed like this, and they were very, like, non-emotional because they're wearing masks, so you can't really tell what they're doing with their face, and they're just kind of there. And I started busting out laughing because I was like, wow, this is a promo from a video game. But it's hard for me to get into this whole feud, but whatever. Oh my gosh. They're having a mask versus mask match. Not at a pay-per-view, but tonight. What? Well, I guess they're in Mexico, they gotta blow it all out. Whatever. The crowd loves it, of course. They're in Mexico, they're Mexico boys, and it's a mask versus mask match. I mean, how can you get more excited, even though this isn't actually the main event? Oh, it's a good, long match, but Bad Sin Cara ends up winning. Oh, boy. I mean, wait, he ends up losing, because he loses his mask. He gets his mask taken off. He tries to run away, but he doesn't. His mask gets ripped off, and we get to see his face of Bad Sin Cara, and he tries to cover it up, and Good Sin Cara comes flying off and knocks him down. And I was just like, I guess he really didn't care about losing the mask, because I know that a lot of masked wrestlers would never do something like this, even though Rey Mysterio had to do it in WCW, but he was very upset with it, and he seems not to care. But it's kind of weird. It's like, how's the feud going to continue? But wow, I don't know. Now you get a Brodus Clay video package. Keep seeing these video packages, but where is Brodus Clay? I guess he's going to take over the super huge, humongous dude heel spot once Mark Henry's done or something. I have no idea. Beth and Natalya are out there, and oh my gosh. I really wish Crystal could have seen this, because they're out there, they're all pretty, they're all dolled up. They're all the things that she really hates about Beth and Natalya at this point, and pretty much the divas in general. But they're supposed to be the bad guys who really hate what Kelly and Eve are doing, being all beautiful and yay and everything. And see, you got Beth and Natalya coming out in ring gear with little spikes, and they look all scary, and they're like, we're going to kill you kind of thing. They got all their gear on. But no, they come out in this promo and they're all dolled up. They look all beautiful. They got their hair. Even Beth doesn't have that little crown thingy on. I can't even hardly tell that that's her. I mean, the only thing I can tell is she's got the little elf ears that stick out of her hair, which is kind of weird. But, you know, and they're talking about how they're beautiful too. What are they doing with this? I mean, what kind of... I don't understand. This is the weirdest storyline because it's just going back and forth, not like in a good way, but like off the page weirdness. It doesn't make any sense. So Eve comes down and says, "No, I'm not a Barbie either. I'm all dressed up and everything, but I'm not a Barbie." And then and then Eve knocks him down. What? Oh my gosh! And then Kelly's nowhere to be seen, and she's running around screaming. This storyline, oh my gosh, I gotta get away from this. This is ridiculous. Now, Big Show Del Rio for the main event. And Big Show was in typical Big Slow fashion, and the match was not very entertaining to me. I was so bored at this point. But Rodriguez, he comes flying off the top rope and hits Big Show, so it's a DQ. Oh yay! Don't we all love DQs? Yeah. This really makes me want to see the Vengeance pay-per-view because all these storylines seem to be going great. But, wow. Then Henry comes running down, but no. Big Show knocks Rodriguez down with a big punch that makes a big clappy sound. And then Mark Henry gets the big punch that makes the big clappy sound. So, there you go. There's the last show that you're going to see before the pay-per-view. Does this make you want to buy the pay-per-view? Not me. Even Teddy couldn't even stay awake for this review because he thought, wow, this sounds like crap. So, that's Smackdown. I'm going to try to be making Smackdown reviews again. I know I've been very not there. I was doing it on a web camera, and the web camera kept messing up in the middle of my recording, so I was like, screw this. So I'm going to go back to the big camera, try to do some Superstar, some other reviews. So we will be doing our pay-per-view predictions for Vengeance coming up very soon, and we will see you all there.